Welcome to the Stanley Street Social, Jimmy Whelan.
Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you back. Third time you've been on the show.
Is it the third?
Yep.
Third time.
You came on first time at the Social Club headquarters, Stanley Avenue. You just won Flanders.
I was probably calling in from 700 meters away.
And then we did one COVID. And now we're back.
Well, it's nice to be here for a third time.
First time you weren't professional. You're under 23. Second time you're on EF. Now you're a professional runner.
When am I going to be on the fourth episode?
Yeah, I know. You said before you got a rest day.
I've got a full day off today. Very rare.
First time you've had a rest day in how long?
A full day off. Maybe like 3 months.
What is it? Yeah, like what are you doing on the other days that are recovery days that aren't days off?
I'm still doing 20 to 25K worth of volume, running twice a day. So like an hour in the evening, an hour in the morning.
Every day?
Every day. So I'm running at the moment on my normal week. Like last week, I did 13 runs in the week. So I double every day except for Sunday.
But then on Sunday, you were over 30K?
Then Sunday's a large day. So yeah, 30 to 35K. Yeah, it's a bit of a different routine to what I was doing last year or the previous years up here in Andorra. So yeah.
Is that feeling comfortable now?
Yeah. I feel like I've moved on from my cycling life. Although when I came here in Andorra for the first altitude block like 5 weeks ago, it was really weird being here as a runner. Obviously, I was a pro cyclist here, trained here for 6 years, and then to be here without my bike, it's bizarre, but quite cool. It's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid, was to be a runner, and then I found myself racing in the pro peloton, and yeah, full circle back to running.
What was bizarre?
I don't know. Just if you had told me 5 years ago when I was here in Andorra that I'd be a pro runner 5 years later, running in the same bike lane, but yeah, it still feels like the same life. Like it takes the same routine, the same habits, the same dedication, but yeah, completely different sport. Maybe bizarre is the wrong word, but it does still feel weird. I feel like I never quite fully achieved what I wanted to achieve in cycling, but also maybe I think I'm happier doing what I'm doing now, so I can't complain. And I actually think the opportunity from an elite level is more exciting for me as a runner than it was as a cyclist. So
happiness is up.
Yeah.
Opportunity is up.
Yeah.
And what's the opportunity that's there that wasn't there when you were a bike rider?
My biggest challenge when I was a bike rider was positioning and crashing and all this stuff that a kid with lower bike handling skills would struggle with in the pro
a kid that was late to the sport.
Yeah, late to the sport, me.
Even they had the Andorra Classic on yesterday up here, and they came past down this road out front of us, 80, 90K an hour. And you just see like Pigcott sitting at the front of the bunch just looking so comfortable.
It's crazy. It is such a crazy sport, particularly now that I'm removed from it. Like it's mad. I was watching it on TV as well. Yeah, like I'm really glad that I did everything I did in cycling, but I'm also really glad that I'm no longer there, especially given what I'm doing now. I mean, most guys when they quit, well, they either walk out themselves from pro cycling or they lose their job. Most guys go into a normal job, and that's hard, really hard.
Yeah,
and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't have to do that. Like there was a bit of luck involved with me going back into pro running, or going into pro running. And yeah, I'm still very much in my early days of being a runner. It's my first full year as a pro. I've been doing it for less than a year. And yeah, I can definitely say I'm more or less like living the dream. So it's awesome.
The part that you're like, you feel disconnected from the sport. Like you're like, oh, I'm pleased I'm not doing that. Shit, that's the downhill. That's the bunch positioning. That's the
Yeah, I mean, my last year pro did 4 weeks up at 2,400 meters, fit as, absolutely flying, and then crashed on stage 1 of the Dauphiné. And I was laying in the hospital. I was up for contract. I had a 1-year contract. Laying in the hospital yet again.
yeah.
And I'm just like, what is this? Is this worth it? Is this like physically? I had the opportunity to be really good, and I always had that chance to try and chase that result. That's why I went back into the pro ranks, because I showed my physical ability the year prior. But yeah, after that crash in Dauphiné, I was like, I think I need to try something different. And that's when I lost the fire for the sport and the fire to train in and out every day. And when you start thinking like that in pro cycling, you either get told to leave or you walk out yourself, as I said.
But like it was there for a long time because you went. So you're on EF for 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, for like stage year kind of.
4 years,
and then 3 years,
3.5.
Yeah.
Then you went pro Conti or Conti, even.
Well, I was with Bridgelane.
So you went national.
Yeah.
And then you went Conti.
Back to Conti in Portugal.
And then you went pro Conti with Q365.
Yeah, and then pro Conti.
So like there was some pretty serious drive to get back to the world tour.
Yeah, there was. And
like
I don't know.
That's not fun after being in EF, right?
No, not at all. I think because I came second in the Australian Nationals the year after I lost my contract at EF, I still believe that I had it. And then I won the GC in like the COVID TDU.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to go back pro then.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have to ride this wave of like being the Conti for 2 years. I thought I'd be able to get a pro contract, but it didn't happen. And so I found myself in the semi-pro lifestyle for 2 years, and then signed with this Portuguese team. And I thought, okay, if I win a stage or win the GC of the Volta Portugal, which is, for those that don't know, that's like the biggest stage race in Portugal, that history suggests if someone like me wins a stage there, then I could go pro again.
Yeah.
And that's when I signed with Q365. But that was only a year contract, so there wasn't much security in that. And yeah, so it was a bit of a bumpy few years as a pro cyclist, but still an awesome time. Like really, really good.
Like, so when you left EF, do you understand why? Like, do you look back on that period and like, how do you view that kind of exit of EF?
A few things. I was struggling with bunch positioning on my 3rd year as a pro.
Is that like was that the whole way through?
No, I had moments where I was okay, where I'd be like average, or I'd be bad. There was never moments where it was a good thing.
Yeah.
And that's why often in a lot of my results, you'd find myself getting results from being in the breakaways, because I didn't have to because I have a good engine.
Yeah.
And I could find myself, doing better rides than if I was from the bunch. And then sometimes with the right race dynamics, I'd find myself at the front of the race in the finals, and then I'd be able to get an okay result, which would keep my career going. But I also broke my pelvis on contract year in Basque Country, which didn't help. So EF also didn't know if I was properly back to normal. And then combine that with my bunch skill problem. It's like, you might as well go sign a different guy who's younger.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Were they communicating that to you like throughout, that it was like?
They didn't really know what to do. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to give you a job next year. No, not at all.
But were they thinking that we've got this like super talent, but he just can't ride in the bunch? Like how are we going to fix it?
Yeah, we just keep sending him to races and see if he does it himself. I think that's the only way you can do it.
Were you doing anything? Like, did you have a coach or anything that was?
Yeah. But the only way to learn from that is you have to be at the races doing it. there's nothing that you can do in training that teaches you how to throw your bike around in a bike race. And unfortunately, in my case, I didn't have a childhood of racing bikes where all of that just comes to naturally to everyone else. It's impressive now. You see more and more guys transitioning across from sports at the age of 18, 19 into road cycling, and they do seem to get the skills and the bunch skills pretty quickly.
Was it extremely frustrating knowing that you've got, because arguably it's harder to get the other part, it's harder to get the engine. Like knowing that you had the engine, but you're just sitting in this sport that you couldn't use it.
Yeah, really frustrating. And I had to believe myself that I would learn and that would change. Because if I did learn that and combine that with my engine, then a chance to have a really successful career in cycling was there. But that obviously didn't happen. And I think that was the motivation. And I was also just naturally very motivated. Like, I love to train. I was always pretty fit. It was never a grind for me to have to put a full season together. Other than when I crashed, that sucked.
Yeah, because there's training when you're feeling good, you're on top of things, you're seeing the progression, you're loading more and more and more. And then there's training when you're doing rehab for a broken pelvis.
Yeah.
That's very different training.
Yeah, there's training to get better and there's training to get healthy.
Yeah.
It's hard on the head. And particularly whilst you're in Europe, you're away from family and friends, it all adds up. But I always said, like, I could never complain about that. Like, lifestyle choices. This is the life I chose. Could have been a town planner in Melbourne, living the cushy life in a suit. Getting that super, all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
That's not how I chose to live. So, and I think all of these experiences and all these lessons that unfortunately I had to learn the hard way has now put me in a space in running where I'm at a big advantage to have a successful career as a runner. It's not you learn how to train, you learn all the food stuff, but the biggest stuff is just the grind that you get from pro cycling. You then put that into it's not an easier sport, because I can't say that because runners will roast me.
It is an easier sport.
It's a far easier. Well, yeah. I mean, from a lifestyle perspective, I'm happier for a reason.
Yeah.
I think the outcomes are a lot more attainable in running. You go to altitude, you do the training, you get fit, you go to the race, and you perform. There's less variables involved. Life's just logistically easier without a bike.
Yeah.
But I still ride a little bit sometimes.
I've got one more question for you. Sorry to go back to the bike riding again, but like it's kind of like continuing to go through like the Bridgelane and then the Portuguese team and then the Q365. Like, there's got to be there's got to be points where you're like, there is no way I want to do this anymore. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, the moments where, so I lost my EF contract. I had fire in the belly. That's why I came second at nationals, and then I won the COVID TDU.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I've got my ticket back to the pro tour. Didn't happen. And I was like,
was it close? Like, was there conversations?
But like there was lots of conversations with a few teams.
Yeah.
But it just never happened. And then I found myself back over here in Andorra, living up in my flat by myself. Doing what? Like, I had no team. It was weird. Like, I was racing with Bridgelane, but I felt very lost. And then also the year after, I raced in bike gallery kit, which was a pleasure to race in the bike gallery kit. But again, but
a local bike shop a long way from EF.
Yep. And so that next year I raced nationals in bike gallery kit. Was very fit. Still had the fire in my belly, but I was a ticking time bomb mentally.
Yeah.
And then I found myself again here in Andorra in the winter, training on the turbo. Solo. Screaming out to teams, and and then burning through my savings. That was also a ticking time bomb. It's like, yeah. At that moment, I was like, what am I doing it for? And then I said, okay, I'm going to sign for this Portuguese team. The manager reached out to me. He said, we'd like to sign you. I said, okay, my career will finish in August after Volta Portugal if I'm not pro after that race, or if I don't have a result. And so I had 5 months left of my cycling career. And I was up here training at altitude, got crazy fit, and then won the Queen stage of the Volta Portugal, and then found myself racing for another year in Q365. And struggled with the similar problems that I had in EF. Yeah. So, I remember coming from the Australian summer into a stage race in Valencia. I was the fittest guy in that bike race, but I couldn't use that fitness because I would just struggle in a bunch.
Yeah.
And I loved being back in pro cycling. I was back living the dream, on the team bus with a nice bike, the kit, everything. Like, it was really good, and the setup at the team was amazing. And you see now the team's like basically a world tour team.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I crashed in Dauphiné, I just realized, what, this whole period, it's just not it. I mean, essentially, I had 1 year of paid employment over 4 years to try and do that, and I lived off my savings from EF. So, like, was it worth it? Life experience, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But stress, woof. Like, if I'm 70 years old and the doctor says, hey, something's not quite right, I know why. It was from that time in my life. And I mean, I sound maybe a little bit negative because what I lived for that 7 or 8 years was like everyone's dream. Like, every kid racing around the Hawthorn crit would dream to have what I experienced. But you got to be careful what you wish for sometimes.
You still got to be pretty bullish to be like, especially when you're financially using your own money as well. It's like time, money, energy, mental stress. It's all doubled down on this one thing.
And you're also an Aussie living in Europe. You don't have, you can't go catch up with your mates on the Friday night just to buff things out.
Yeah.
The only thing, yeah. But
what'd you do to keep sane?
I don't know. Didn't do anything. Yeah.
Nice.
Just locked in.
Nice.
Unfortunately, in those situations, there's no balance.
Do you think that's an advantage though in some ways, like versus if you're living in Belgium with your family?
Yeah.
You kind of like, there's nothing else.
It makes it easy to be extreme. And maybe being extreme is what you need to do in order to get to where you need to be. It's not sustainable, but sometimes in certain situations it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a crazy. I sometimes get messages on social media from people reading about I kind of forget about everything that's happened, and now I'm just focused on running. And people say like, "Oh, it's just a bizarre, like, unreal story about going into pro cycling late, losing your job, getting back into pro cycling, losing your job, now becoming a pro runner." It's
it's bizarre.
It's cool. Yeah. Part of me is like, would I be happier just be like 8 years into my town planning job, living in Camberwell, probably almost married.
It would have been easier.
Easier, 100%, more comfortable.
Yeah, but sometimes easy isn't the right thing.
No, yeah. But yeah, here we are. Now I'm a pro runner.
Is there any like big moments that you reflect on if you do think back? We talk about if you've got this new chapter of I'm a pro runner now, I'm focusing on this. This is, it's almost like cycling doesn't exist anymore. But is there anything that you think back to and you're like some big turning points or some big moments, both positive or negative?
I mean, coming second to nationals after losing my gig at EF was pretty cool.
Yeah. Who won that year?
Your co-host.
Plappy.
Hmm.
What a selfish bastard.
Shout out to
Also-
Plappy, thanks mate.
Also, just like to note how bad you must have been at sprinting if you lost to Plappy that year.
No, he came past me on the climb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was solo for like 40k, and then he came past me like 200 meters before the crest of the KOM on the last lap.
Yeah.
Could see it coming for like 7 minutes away.
What could have been? Do you think that moment actually changed things?
If I had won,
Yeah.
for sure.
100% pro gig?
100%, yeah.
Isn't that wild?
No, that's how sport works.
Yeah, but it is wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the best guy won that day, so he deserved to win. Yeah. And another moment that was that I look back on that I'm really proud of is winning the Queen stage of the Volta Portugal. Having this like fantasy idea that if I won a stage of the Volta Portugal, or even just to think I could win the stage of that, so many things have to go right.
Yeah.
And when we got to the bottom of that climb in the Volta Portugal, as with 7 guys, and I knew the form I was in, and I got like goosebumps at the bottom of the climb because I knew that all I needed to do was one shot, and then just sit at threshold, and then I'd win.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. I'm not a very emotional guy. Like I don't express things very well, but coming across that line, I like yelled and started crying, and it was crazy. Yeah, and in like fluoro yellow kit too, kind of looked cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are like really proud moments. And then also recently, leaving pro cycling, having the courage to like. It sounds a bit lame, having the courage, but anyway, go.
I can cut that out.
No, you can keep that on.
Matt Hauser said 6-7 in our like most recent episode, so it couldn't get much worse.
Having the balls, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just to have this again. Pro cycling taught me a bit of a toxic trait for me to believe in myself. And if I think I can do something and I do the numbers on it, I run the numbers on it, then I should just do it. And that's when I realized I was good at running, like really good. And then went all in for the Valencia half and said, Valencia half is my ticket to the pro ranks. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. You were a YouTuber before. You still are a YouTuber. If people want to follow you on YouTube, it's a good channel.
Yep.
The content could be a bit more frequent, but when it is there, it is very good.
Yep.
Before that, triathlon was a thing.
Yeah, it was brief. It was
like what? So the year of Q6 365. Then when did it go? All right, it's time to pack up. And then went that period between like triathlon becoming your thing into running.
So crashed in Dauphiné in June, and
That's a nightmare.
I started to question whether all of this was worth it. And then during my recovery at home, I moved to Barcelona
From Girona.
And Andorra.
Yeah.
Set up a new life there, and then moved on with things from cycling. Said that I'd still see out my season as a pro cyclist.
Yeah.
And then started playing around with the idea of becoming a runner or a triathlete. Started doing a lot of triathlon training. Got pretty obsessed with it, but then struggled with the swimming. Did one pro race. Couldn't swim very fast.
Swimming's hard, hey?
And I would have been, I think, a very good triathlete, but I combine that with my passion for running and then realizing that that's my true thing. Then I realized that, running was I should just go all in on running. And I realized that halfway through last year. And did a 12-week training block before the Valencia half. And then
coached by yourself?
Yep. And again, all of this was burning through my savings too.
Yeah. Did you have like similar to the Portuguese Queen stage? Do you have like I need to like Valencia needs to be the time that it works? Otherwise, because like what you earn money on EF and then you earn money Q365, but there's a lot of time in between where you and like apartments and stuff. Cost of living is a lot.
Cost of living as an athlete is higher than normal too.
Yeah.
Particularly if you want to maintain a certain standard.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was. I knew from my sessions that I was doing in the lead up to Valencia half that even if Valencia didn't go well, I should still do like a few more races just because I was running really quick. And the barrier to running fast versus getting a result in cycling is not as high. You just need to get the engine going.
Yeah.
I don't have to, I can sit at the back of the group,
or you don't need to like hit the corner in the right position.
Yeah.
It's just
I was looking at sessions that pro runners were doing on Strava, taking them into my training, being like, all right, if they can do that and I do it in training, therefore I'm within a few percentage of what they're capable of.
Who are you copying?
Mostly a guy called Andreas Algrim. He's a Swedish. Yeah, he has the European record for the half marathon. And yeah, I would copy his workouts, but I wasn't not to his level because he's crazy good. Yeah. But there was one workout that I did before the Valencia half that got a lot of attention on Strava, and I had no idea how good it was. And then someone sent me a message being like, "Mate, you need to take this many things seriously."
What was the session?
It was 4 sets of 5 400s, so 20 by 400.
Yeah.
And all of them were around 61 to 62 seconds, which is the splits that Algrim was doing. Yeah. That was 2 weeks before Valencia half. And this was all just from treadmill running in Barcelona.
Where did the treadmill running come from?
It was too hot in Barcelona over the summer to run outside, so I was just running on the hamster wheel. And then I also realized that the heat training from treadmill running is a supercharger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's when I started getting a little bit famous with the whole treadmill stuff.
Was it like confusing though because like you shouldn't be able to go from cycling to running. Like I know you've got the background in running. Like it wasn't like you were not running at school and you obviously had the couple of years after school where you're pursuing a running career. Still a bit strange though.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Like you still shouldn't be able to do it.
No, I shouldn't. If I come off riding a bike for 7 years, my hips should not be able to like bend in the way that allows a long stride that I have.
Yeah.
Still don't know why that is.
Yeah.
And also just impact wise, like my bones should not be able to stand the volume required to be a professional runner. But for some reason, it's all good.
What was the volume at that point?
And to lead up for the Valencia half, it wasn't that big. It was like 140K on average for the 12 weeks.
But that's still a serious amount of kilometers per week.
The last 3 weeks were like 180, 190.
Yeah, which a lot of guys can't do after years of build up.
Yeah. I don't know if that's luck of the draw with the way I run. It's also a luck of the draw with my biomechanics. I hit the ground really light, so there's no area of the body that is copying and pounding, other than my tendons in my feet and everything. Other than that, everything seems to be, fine. And then I obviously know how to recover. I know how to fuel, all that stuff. Yeah.
You said like you've got this unforgiving self-belief. Even before you ran that, you must have had something in your back of your mind that you're like, this is going to work.
Yeah. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
It's like I had that same feeling that I had when I wanted to go pro into cycling, when I was on EF Trapac. I had the Tour of Flanders race.
Yep. Which is another one of these examples that doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I've realized, like, if I think I can do something, if I could do that, then the barrier of doing well in Valencia half is also doable. Yeah. So that's...
For reference, for the Tour of Flanders, you rocked up, you weren't on the national team, you weren't in any of the squads, you were racing for the national team, but you weren't on any of the squads, you weren't in any of the performance programs. And Tadej Pogačar finished 11th. You won the bike race. First race in Europe.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
Doesn't make any sense. No. And people kind of have the same outlook on that half marathon a little bit. But that I was also like, yeah. It was crazy to think back on that. I've still got the big, I've got the big trophy there in my living room.
Yeah.
It's yeah, and that's where it's all started. This whole like believing. You kind of, yeah, got to get a little bit obsessed if you think something's going. If you want to make something happen, which doesn't work well with everything in life, that's for sure. But in sports, it works.
What in terms of everything else? Like in terms of
just like, I'm lucky that I've been able to get super passionate about something that I really just want to go all in on.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that with an office job. I mean, maybe you can.
Trickier.
Yeah.
The problem you're always going to have is that, like, once you get that feeling of that's what I want to do, it's pretty addictive.
Yeah.
Can't just go back to normal life.
But maybe that would be nice.
Well, it just means that you'll probably be good at something else.
Yeah.
If you can find it, though. The challenging bit after sport is finding that same thing, because it's not as, the world isn't as ones and zeros.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully I'm doing this running thing until 2032, 2020. Yeah. Brisbane Olympics. That's the goal. LA.
Probably like similar when you entered cycling world, like, but when you enter a new sport and you're better than you should be. A lot of the time there's people in that sport that are like, not anti you, but like,
I wasn't welcomed by a lot of people
that aren't like, come in.
Yeah. Have a seat. There's room.
Is it been the same for both?
Yeah. Yeah. Like when I went turn pro in cycling, there was a lot of kids that had been working for what I got for 7-8 years, and I just rocked up within 18 months and just found myself living in Girona with a World Tour contract.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I'd done, and I didn't deserve it, to be quite honest. Well, like I did the work.
You did, because you did won the bike race. It's not about who deserves it. It's about who wins the bike race.
Yeah. No, you're right. But you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, in the sense that, like, people have been, they raced under 15s, they raced on the 17s, made a national program in 19s, then they won junior worlds, and then they progressed the world tour. That's what you're meant to do. You're not meant to just rock up and win Flanders.
Yeah. And now
a race that doesn't even really suit you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a hilltop finish.
Yeah, I didn't stay in my lane that day. And now with running, it was the same thing. Like, now I have a contract that guys have been racing for 8-9 years and don't have the opportunity that I have. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I do know. I work hard, but
yeah, I think there's no doubt you work hard, but there must have been some people, especially when you exited cycling and went into running, and it was like, just go serious.
People are like, are you serious? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had everything on my Strava, and I said the time that I wanted to run to, and I was putting it all on social media as well.
Yeah.
Because I realized the marketing of it all. Got to play the game a little bit.
Well, so you've gone from one of the most well-funded sports in the world, $1 million contracts are not rare, to one of the worst funded sports in the world.
Yeah, kind of. It's changing.
It's definitely changing. The popularity post-COVID is massive.
Yeah.
Everyone's running.
Yeah.
But I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there anyone on $1 million? Euro?
Yeah.
How many?
I don't know.
Under 5?
Not many.
Not 5.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. In like marathon running, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's running's structured differently too, because in a cycling contract, you just have your team contract and that's it, basically.
You just rock up.
Yeah, and like you have your team contract, whereas in running you have like you can put together like 8 different sponsors. Like I'm a self-employed athlete, whereas in cycling I was also self-employed, but your income is from one source basically. Whereas in running you have the shoes, you have the watch, you have nutrition, you have private sponsors, you have other things, Instagram stuff.
Yeah.
So if you play it right and you do get fast enough, at a very elite level, you can get paid well. But it's a lot of work. And yeah, if I can have a healthy career in running for the next 7 years. And I have the stability that I have, that I didn't get from cycling. The pressure of the contracts, the crashes. I'm much happier doing what I'm doing now than what I was. If I had to do another 6 years of like 1 year contracts in cycling and then dropping down to Conti again, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
So you entered, like when you enter the world of running, though, you know it's different. You know the financial model, the economics of it is different.
Completely different.
You're running your own business, more or less.
Yep. I thought I could do it all myself when I first started playing the game, but then I realized I needed an agency involved. So I'm really lucky to be working alongside, a team based out of London who are looking after all the contract stuff, the races, coaching side of things. And that's like my little team. So yeah, I end up getting very busy with the communication between them, communication between sponsors, and then training 13 times a week. It ends up being, like on Strava, my training's only 14 hours a week, but there is a fair bit of stuff going on in between, and I definitely keep myself busy.
What's worked from a financial business, the business of Jimmy Whelan? What have you learnt, and what's worked well? Because it seems like things are tracking well from a brand partnership perspective.
What's worked well?
What did you come into running and you were just like, man, this is crazy. I'm going to do it this way.
I realized that I couldn't be based out of Australia because the marketing budgets of brands were way too small.
Because of the region.
Yeah.
They're like APAC is X, and that's just not enough.
Yeah. And if I want a stable full-time wage, I need to be based out of Europe at a minimum.
Yeah.
And then also realizing the responsibility that I have to social media, this stuff like this. But then
racing too, like in terms of performance?
Well, no, just in terms of like, obviously I have to perform. That comes first. But also if I perform, I also need to share the story.
Yeah.
There's plenty of good runners that don't have proper sponsors because they don't share their story online. But the thing that is king still and always will be running fast. And yeah, the opportunity to do that over the next year or so is pretty exciting. Now I've been up at altitude for the last 2 races and it's gone really well. And I'm really curious to see what an altitude block would do before my first marathon at the end of the year. So,
the sharing story part though, that's you're not like a extroverted person.
No. Why do you say it like that?
Well, it's like it must be a conscious effort to build this like product of you.
Yeah, it comes natural, but it's
in cycling. You can just sit there and do nothing.
Yeah,
like you just sign your Ineos contract. You go to the team camp, and you might get called on for one media appearance.
Yeah.
Whereas now you have to build the whole thing yourself.
Yeah. It's it takes a lot of work, and also I really have to flick the switch.
And now you're an influencer, and you're one of the few influencers that actually can run world-class times as well.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the secret sauce to having a healthy running career is the running quick, but then also, I don't know, influencing,
telling people about it.
Yeah. And luckily, I enjoy doing camera stuff. I enjoy doing video stuff, but it's not supernatural. If it was supernatural, I don't think I'd be a good runner because you'd spend too much time faffing around on the side of the track. But yeah, I'm really lucky to have like some very stable sponsors now for the next few years, which not many pro runners have. And that's now puts me in a position to go all gas for, a few years chasing the LA Olympics from Europe.
How does it work? Like, are they annual? Like, are they annual contracts? Like, does running work when we talk about cycling, it's like, well, I mean, Tade's got a 6-year deal, but most athletes have 1 to 3 year deals.
Yeah.
Are you running sponsors annually now, or how's it?
At the moment, most of my big sponsors are until the end of 2028. which is LA.
LA, yeah.
And then that's normally the way a lot of these contracts go. A lot of people are just on 1 year contracts. But luckily,
With like, so say your Solomon, the equivalent of their Solomon contract would be 1 year deal.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, sometimes 2 years. And yeah, I'm lucky to have long-term partners. It's rare. And that's where the traditional old boy runner would be like, oh, yeah, hasn't deserved it, like he, all that stuff.
There's almost like this hedge of if, okay, still like you said, performance is king, like it's still the goal, but worst case scenario, people know that you're running the event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What do you mean by that though? Like specifically?
Like you're an influencer as well.
Yeah.
You said it the other day, brand Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, it is brand. Everyone has their own brand.
But there's value in having that and 60 odd K following to complement the performance side of things.
Yeah. And yeah, definitely. Like I think my 10K in Manchester was more hyped than the guy that won because he didn't.
Nobody knew he was there.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still trying to get used to this whole new way of doing things.
It's a thing too. Like running around Barcelona, people recognize you.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah, I was walking around yesterday with my mate. Got stopped twice on the beach for selfies.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, that is.
But that's just how it is now, I guess. And there's not many pro runners. I'm the only pro runner in Barcelona, so.
Do you think others are starting to follow suit?
Athletes?
Yeah.
I think I've spoken to a lot of guys that I'm mates with. They're pro runners, and they're starting to get inspired by the idea of social media stuff. But
are you a part of the Australian running community now?
Not quite yet.
Still working on it?
Yeah, not yet. I think I need to do a 206 marathon, and then I'll have their respect.
Yeah, so you just need to break the national record to get their respect.
Yeah. And hopefully I still don't have their respect because I actually like that motivation.
Yeah. Are you finding that like piece okay that, you know, you go from cycling, you've got this full team around you that's built for, maybe not for you, but it's built for the team, for the business you're working for, versus now you've had to build your own squad. It's even more like there's no team interaction. You know, you don't rock up to Manchester and there's 7 other guys that are working for you and 10 staff.
It's kind of nice. You kind of rock up, you feeling like you're going to Manchester on a holiday. You go on your Ryanair flight. Like I get to the race hotel. I just go for a walk.
There's no one there.
Go to the Sainsbury's.
There's no like run sheet of what you're doing for the day.
No, it's up to me to decide. It's really nice, actually.
It's the same, but that can also be, that's good when it's going well.
Yeah.
But if there's, sometimes you need to be kept on track.
I'm responsible for that.
You got the discipline.
I'm responsible for that.
Going.
Yeah. So that's where signing with Salomon was really good because they're letting me do my thing. There's a lot of brands that weren't offering the same support financially, and also I would have to go live in a certain place, train with a certain team, and I wouldn't have that flexibility of what I have now. And I think with what I'm able to achieve at home by myself, sure, it's easier sometimes training with people, but I think if you actually look at running, the best athletes in the world are all training by themselves.
Because you get that
fully tailored.
Yeah, you're running to your splits, your kilometer pace,
and all these athletes are super motivated, super dedicated, and I think I have that in buckets, so it's fine. If anything, I need someone to come into my life every now and again and say, "Hey, slow down."
Yeah.
So.
But that's what you're a coach for.
That's what I got to coach. Yeah. But still, the coach is a remote coach, so it's not like he's in Barcelona. Yeah. So I can kind of still play around with it.
What's your running relationship like with him in terms of the way that he structures programs to what you actually execute?
It's quite different to what cycling was. Like cycling was very rigid, and like this is what you're doing. These are the zones you're working at. This is the session you're doing. It needs to be green on training peaks, otherwise you're done. In running, it's still like the same discipline, but I have to finesse it a lot more, and we work alongside each other. So if I need to move things around, like when the body's tired in running, you can't do the sessions. I feel like when you're tired on the bike, you can still do the workouts.
Well, you can't. You can overtrain, but like you're not going to get injured
You're
from
going to get
it.
injured, exactly.
Whereas you get injured from it.
Yeah, and then you're useless. So that's where that finesse comes in, and I'm working with a guy from Leeds in the UK. His name's Andy Henderson. He's been awesome so far. It's just kind of letting me, like, I'm not completely off the leash, and I'm not on a tight lead either. I'm on one of those ones where like it can just roll out for ages, but then it can be quickly rolled back in.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to work out what works best.
How many Ks are you up to now?
This week?
Yeah.
0. It's Monday.
How many Ks did you do last week?
190.
Yeah. But you've been sitting around 200, right?
The week before that was 207.
How do you feel about, like, are you nervous about that kilometre load?
No. Yeah.
Why not?
Do you think I will get injured?
That's what everyone keeps telling me.
I think no, I've got it pretty dialed in. Touch wood.
Well, have you had any theories, or has anyone explained to you why you're not getting injured?
Yeah, I was speaking to a physio the other day, and he just said because of my biomechanics. I hit the ground like almost perfectly, so there's no load on there's no imbalances. Things can get tight, and that can create imbalances, but as long as I keep massage once a week, then it's fine.
And so, like, this is like completely opposite to what you had in cycling, right? So in cycling, it was like you suffer because you didn't have the teenage riding skill development, whereas you had that in running, and so now you just cashed that back in.
Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, I need. Well, I mean, I best not get injured before it comes out, but yeah.
Well, hopefully it's coming out Wednesday. So
okay, good.
Yeah, you should be all right. Are you using any training principles or training methods that cyclists use that runners don't, or it's a bit weird that you do?
Runners don't use heat training.
As in sauna, or actually like training in the heat?
Training in the heat. Like, yeah, it's quite surprising. I don't put my heat training on Strava because I don't want other people to start doing it. I sometimes do, but they don't know the extent of which I do it.
In terms of sauna work, or in terms of
sauna work, and like a lot of people ask me why I do treadmill, and like 80% of the reason is the heat stuff. Overheat on a humid treadmill in Barcelona, and you end up getting really fast when you run outside when it's not as humid. So the relative effort is a lot higher. Altitude?
Is that niche to running?
No, everyone's starting to do it in running now. I think 5 years ago, not so much, but it's more and more common. I've really noticed since I've come to altitude a few times over the last few weeks, it's a massive boost. So it's a key part of the process. Yeah. Like if I want to chase that 206 in the marathon, I will need to do 8 weeks of altitude training. Pre, yeah. Or like 6. Yeah.
And then you come down for how long before the race?
Like 2 days.
Just straight into it?
Straight into it, yeah.
And is that methodology come from cycling days?
A little bit, yeah. Trial and error. The races recently from altitude, I've gone straight to the airport and raced the next day, and it's been fine. The only thing with the marathon is maybe I need to freshen up a bit more, so that's where it gets a bit complicated. But I can also freshen up on a mountain. It's yeah.
You're a mountain guy.
Well, I like the beaches too, but yeah. We'll see. Like it's all a learning process with this altitude stuff with running, but it's the same principles as what cycling was.
Yeah, you hear people though that like to have a week or even 2 weeks post altitude.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, but have you tested it
Yeah.
and just didn't work?
Well, I just feel like I'm flying when I get down, and then I'm slowly losing form. Yeah.
And then up here, you're running a lot up and down hills.
Yep.
Still, that works. That helps.
Yeah, it's a similar idea. Like I would always, when I came here on the bike, I always thought that I got really strong. One from the altitude, but also just the leg strength that you got from riding up and down with a high torque, low torque, high torque. Yeah.
High torque. Yeah.
Lower cadence.
Lower cadence.
It's a similar idea with running. My hamstrings and glutes get really strong. I noticed in the Manchester 10K, there was like some rolling hills, like some bridges. And the moment that we got to the hills, I felt the best out of anyone in my group. And normally I'm worse at hills than everyone else. So that was a good confidence booster. And it's just the basic principle of like, if you run in conditions that are harder than flat running, then you're probably going to get pretty good at flat running. You still have to do a lot of flat running to make sure that you do the biomechanical speed, like the same effort as race day. But like all my jogging is hilly here, but my sessions are on the flat, with the exception of my hills that are at 2,500 meters that you saw the other night.
Yeah, and I guess you're just naturally running a different speed, either slower or faster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
there is two running tracks, and then one flat section of man-made path. The rest is like you're going up or down. There's no other option.
Yeah, and I think when you're going up, you're just like constantly straining your muscles, and then when I run on the flat down, when I go down to sea level, I just instantly feel good.
Was your coach like, what are you doing?
He was a little bit like,
this guy's crazy?
Yeah, but he also lets me do my thing and to suss it out. He knows from previous runners as well that this method also works. It's just whether I get injured or not. But good so far. Yeah.
Just for a sport that has so much injury concern about it, you speak with such confidence that you're doing the right thing.
I mean, you have to. Otherwise, if I'm not confident in what I'm doing, what am I doing? Yeah. I don't know. It's a simple sport, I think.
Yeah.
And I need to be training at this load if I want to get good enough. So it's not a question. So either I decrease load and then I'm not good enough, or I keep it simmering high and then see if I can become the athlete that I want to be.
So there's the Australian record. Then there's competing on a world stage, traditionally being dominated by African runners. Can you get to that level? And we're talking now sub 2 hour marathons with no Kipchoge support, Ineos designed race.
I'll focus on becoming one of the best in Australia first before I talk about this stuff. But I'm almost glad that I'm not in that league, because there's always questions on the legitimacy of performance, which is a massive problem in running.
What is the protocol in running?
In what way?
What is they have they're under WADA.
A lot of athletes are under. Yeah.
Do you have to do passport?
For me right now, no, nothing.
And so you were obviously on the passport in cycling.
Yep.
Daily check-ins.
Yep.
Or potentially daily check-ins. And then what? They just take you off it.
Yep.
When you stop riding.
Yep.
And then you got to get to a point where you're interested again.
Kind of, yeah. I think I would have to represent Australia in a team, so that could happen in September, hopefully.
Worlds.
Yeah. And then I'll be put on the whereabouts again.
Yeah.
Which would suck.
And then you're back. And then you're back in the same system as.
Yeah, but the testing is nowhere near as regular as cycling, so that's the problem. So you might be on whereabouts, but you don't get tested. Really.
Yeah, because we saw. Remind me his name that won London Marathon.
Sarway.
Yeah. And like Adidas were self-testing him.
Yeah, and that's really good. I think it's a great
But it's a bit of a joke when the brand has to
Yeah, still
test the athlete
it's still
to be able to
Yeah.
to prove that he's not doping.
Yeah. It's just because it's very expensive, the testing, and all the federations don't have the cash to do the testing, and also it's very difficult when athletes are training in remote locations and it's very expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, I know in my case, I probably won't be tested until I run really quick, which is a problem in running.
It is, yeah.
Um,
And that's because it just doesn't have the financial model behind it that cycling does?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's not as structured.
And obviously cycling has its history in doping in the past.
Yeah.
Which the sport is, it kind of has to, like, I don't know if the sport can survive another Lance Armstrong-esque era.
Yeah. It's I think in running there should be a pro license that I have to pay for that's quite expensive. And all athletes, if they want to compete at an international level with prize money, needs to have this pro license to then fund testing.
Yeah. But
and prize money needs to also come out.
It's the cost though, right? So like what's an average running salary in Australia?
It's not much, yeah.
Like it's under 50 grand?
Yeah, way
100
under.
grand?
Way under. Yeah.
Aussie. So that's not even getting you to the like where's the cash going to come from to fund the fund the thing?
It's yeah.
And then if you win races, what kind of money? Like if you were to break down the pie of where your income's going to come from this year, what is the prize money to self sponsors to?
It's hard to say.
Start money to.
I mean, most of it ideally comes from your sponsors because that's a secure income.
Yeah.
And ideally prize money because it means you're running well.
Yeah. And I assume you have bonuses built into.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like next year, I want to be at a level where I'm chasing those bonuses, and that could be more than my salary. But like, it's impossible to say these things. But yeah, it's been really surprising, the testing in running, and disappointing to watch.
Or just lack of it.
Yeah. It's gross, actually. And you see how much testing is in cycling, and yet everyone still talks about cycling as being the
dodgy sport.
Yeah. Obviously, it's a very touchy topic and something that I shouldn't talk about. But
yeah, I think it goes underrated though, the amount of stress that athletes are under from a cycling perspective, just to maintain that compliance. Like the 3 strikes, that's not many strikes to accidentally miss the location that you put one day of the year.
Yep.
And you get to 2 strikes, and then also the fines that come with it.
It's pretty heavy.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah. I know, like, obviously it's the athlete's responsibility to always make sure that stuff is sorted. And then the average person will roast them online for losing the 3 strikes. But actually, it's very easy to make those mistakes.
But when you're getting called up to a Swiss on Saturday night and you're flying to Switzerland on Monday and your hotel changes last minute, it's pretty easy to miss a day.
Yeah, you got to pack your bags, rush. You get to the airport. Oh, whereabouts? Where's the race hotel? Oof, I need to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying just having, how many race days we're going to do this year? 10?
Yeah, tops.
Versus 70?
Yeah. That's something that's really nice. I can be a lot more present. I'm a lot more time at home. It's a very different rhythm, but a rhythm that I think I'm hopefully, I'm really enjoying. Like when I race, I'm really there to race. Like I don't have any time to hopefully I'll come good by day 6.
You also talk about like some of the benefits that cycling has because of the model that's there, but also I think one of the flaws is that the UCI commissions so many races that you spend so much time at races where teams just have to fill the numbers, and you're not there to win.
Yeah.
You're not there going, I'm rocking up to this race in my peak physical condition. I'm going to win.
Yeah. That's just the way the sport is, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Like even you look over the last couple of weeks, it was like
crazy.
Swiss was on. Tour of Belgium was on. Slovenia was on.
Yep.
A couple of French one days. The Junior Giro Tour.
I turned Eurosport on and there was 7 live races on at
You're
once.
like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What are you guys? What are you doing?
And then it makes me feel like I'm just almost on a holiday in my running life.
Yeah.
Um,
When you go through so like this year, for example, when you go through the year, how are you structuring what your racing schedule looks like?
I do that alongside my agency. So they speak to races. They see if there's room for another athlete. They see if I can get start money, if I can get travel done, and then they say, okay, do you want to do this? Do you want to do a 10K half marathon and then build into your debut marathon at the end of the year? So that's how that's worked.
Yeah.
So
and are they paying for you to go to races? Because that's like another thing. I guess you just take for granted as a bike rider that your flight's paid for, your accommodation's paid for, your food's sorted.
Yeah.
Like you go to a bike race and you pay no money.
In the running, the races pay travel and hotel, and then if you're good, in my case, I'm new. Like hopefully I can get some times on the board that will then allow me next year to get start money.
Yeah.
So for example, my race in Romania at the end of this weekend, it's like flights covered, hotel covered, and then a chance to run a fast time to hopefully start to build my resume, and then I can next year get start money and bonuses and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So that's how that works. And then I can also pace for races, which can pay quite well, but you still have to do the effort to a certain distance to get paid.
And are you getting paid by the runner or are you getting paid by the race?
The race. Yep.
Because they want their
They
best
want
runners.
fast times.
They want fast times.
Yeah. Yeah. So normally it's like course record. That's normally a pace job, and then like
And you pace to like half, 3/4.
So I did the Barcelona marathon. I paced until 25K.
And you were like, I'm going to go out and run 25K today.
Yep.
Or were you just going to see how it goes?
No, like that was the race organizer said you need to run 258s, 259s until kilometer 25 with the second group.
And then you get paid.
Yeah. And then I go back home, sit on the couch.
Yeah.
Watch it on TV. Yeah.
The marathon's obviously the big ticket. Have you picked one? Are you negotiating?
Currently negotiating. So I'm still trying to work that out. Yep. Actually today or tomorrow is meant to be the time where I make a decision on what I'm doing, which is slightly stressful because, yeah.
What are the variables? What are the considerations?
Whether to race at home, sort of a giveaway.
Yeah. Wonder where that is.
Or race at a race that Salomon want me to do.
Okay.
So
pros and cons.
Make the boss happy, or I race at home in front of my family and friends. And
win.
And potentially win the MCG and beat Kipchoge. Yeah, that's a big pro.
Yeah.
So I just need to get clearance from Salomon, but yeah, we'll see.
We can cut this bit out.
No, you can leave us in. It's fine. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure yet. So, like my big fast effort will be at the start of next year. So, yeah.
Any other learnings that you've taken? Are there any learnings now that you look back on cycling that you're like, oh, like you do this in running now, and you're like, why don't they do that? From a training perspective.
From running.
Yeah.
Nah, not yet.
Cycling's more advanced?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
In what other ways?
There's just more resources available. I actually think it's overcomplicated, cycling. There's too much money, there's too much resources, there's too many people overlooking the riders.
Yeah.
Too much noise. But that support network is what creates successful teams. And that's what keeps them in the World Tour. So it can't disappear. The running's it's really, really difficult to compare. I'm just a one-man show. It's easy for me to live a more simple existence without all the noise of what a World Tour team is.
Yeah, Luke Plapp was talking about how on Quick Step he loved how simple training was and how much they just race each other.
Yeah.
Like on training camps, there was so much that wasn't like, all right, here's your structure, here's your power data, right to this threshold or whatever, it was just like the stop sign around the corner from the brew shop. Just the Belgian quick-step boys just racing each other to the sign.
Yeah. I think like I run 200k a week. There's probably 7 different training structures that would bring me to race day in the same shape. How I do it, it just depends on what I want to do that week and the logistics around my life at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of me questions whether I should be in a running team or not.
What does that change?
For example, like you have examples like on running who have OAC, where I'll be based out of Melbourne. You train with people, you have company all the time. You're more responsible to. You have someone pacing you on the bike at the track, doing lactates, whereas I'm just rocking onto a track with my tote bag by myself, which I really enjoy, and I think that's also high performance. Less noise, just getting work done, going home, week in, week out. That works as well.
And that's where Salomon will give you that flexibility.
Yep.
Whereas on would be like you have to live and be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Salomon, they still have all the resources available to me. I just need to reach out. But a lot of the athletes are just doing their own thing. So, and it works. Yeah.
You've also done like so many blocks of now both running and cycling.
Blocks of
like building up, training, peaking. The mind is like, you know, you get to that point, especially, I don't know if you get the same in running, but especially when you're riding, you get to a point where it's like, okay, my threshold's 380 watts. Like you can almost just ride to it. Like you just know it so well.
Yeah. It's like this finesse and build up into fitness. It's like so common. It's so, I understand my body so well now. But I'm learning that in running now. Like I don't know in a training camp how much volume I should be doing to get that same. Like in cycling, if I did a 30-hour week and I did, a certain amount of kJs on the bike per day, I just knew I was going to be good and ready for it. In running, I don't know what that threshold is yet. Like maybe when I do this full marathon debut, maybe I need to be doing 230Ks a week, 240. I don't know.
What are the top guys doing?
Changes based off country. Yeah.
What are the Kenyans doing?
In Australia, hardly anyone's running over 200k a week.
Why?
Yeah, good question. Kenyans are doing like 240, some of them 200, some of them less. The Americans, some guys are training heaps, like 220, 230, 240. The UK, the same.
So there's always like, because you can assume that cycling training is pretty consistent across the board of the World Tour teams. Yep. The Norwegians love a double day, but like more or less, like load is similar. Whereas, so what in running, there's like geographical differences in.
Well, but those differences within each country, or like different athletes also have different volume. So like, and that's based off how like their injury tolerance. And also whether they have the motivation to run as much as they need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a guy called Derek Clayton?
Yeah.
Has Andre talked to me about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Just old school,
exactly.
miles.
Exactly.
No nonsense.
Exactly.
Every day is a training day.
Yeah. It makes me question like the modern training.
The rest part of it.
Yeah. But just like how much volume I can do in these new shoes.
Do you think, because there must be a recalibration of quantity now that you've got, or like it, you look at Adidas's website, there's like a shoe for every single time you walk out of the house for a different purpose.
Yeah.
It used to be like one shoe.
Yeah, like Derek could have just been rotating the same pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Like
they were Dunlop volleys.
Yeah. Like
the same pair of Dunlops.
Yeah.
Just rolling them
Just
over.
non-issue. Yeah, it makes you wonder. Makes me wonder how fast he would have run these days.
So do you think that are we going to see people doing 300-kilometer weeks?
Yeah.
If it does relate to your speed and overall speed, like volume.
Yeah, I think so. But there'll come a point where the shoe protects your legs so much that those Ks are no longer relevant. If that makes sense.
In terms of like, I guess the point you get to in cycling where you can actually train too much.
Yeah. But also like the shoes are saving your legs so much that you might as well just do 200 Ks a week in the older shoes
And
get the same stimulus. Then,
because you're not getting the fatigue.
yeah, exactly. But then you get the cardio benefits
Yeah.
of the extra volume.
Do you worry that you're running off the cardio benefits of cycling?
Yeah, and I'm worried that that's going to run out and that I'll have to do some crazy 40
go
hour.
back to it.
Just have to go do a nationals again. Nationals prep.
It's going to be back up the top of the mountain doing solo turbo time.
Yeah, kind of. No, really. I think that might be part of my marathon prep. But the challenge with that is that your hamstrings get tight, your glutes get tight, and that can really, they can make you suffer a bit with running.
Is there cycling in the block at the moment? Or have you talked to your coach about this?
I need to talk to him about it, yeah. Right now, I'm conditioning my legs to become a better runner, and that's king.
Yep.
Once the gap between my engine and my leg conditioning's close, then I could think about different ways of training.
And so instead of doing, how many hours is 200 Ks?
Like 14.
So you do a 14-hour week.
Yeah.
And then you can add in
6 hours.
another 6 to 8 hours of cycling pretty easily.
But like hard riding. So that way I'm getting
it's only lungs is what you're there
exactly,
for.
Yeah.
Which obviously the attitude helps for as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not many marathoners are doing it, but yeah, we'll see.
There's got to be some people that are asking questions though.
I get a lot of questions about this.
Yeah.
I still don't know. I still tell a lot of people if you want to be a better runner, you just need to run more.
Yeah, which holds true for a long time.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about the top.
Yeah, top. Yeah.
Top.
Yeah.
Then if it is a volume play, then it's easy volume cycling.
Yeah, but then you need to know how to do the cycling training, which a lot of runners don't know.
In what sense?
The bike fit.
Yeah.
Not crashing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also not fatiguing yourself so much that you can't do the running after it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like in my case, I'm better off doing a 230K week and resting than a 200K week with 6 hours of riding.
Yeah. But if you get to a point where that 230K week becomes stock, which is crazy.
Then hopefully I'm running Australian records.
Yeah.
And I don't need to do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Jimmy, good luck this year.
Thanks.
We look forward to, I think like from a cycling fan perspective, and I think a lot of the fans of the podcast, they'll be, you're a cycling fan's favorite for the running season.
Yeah. And hopefully people I forgot I came on here since day one.
Exactly. Been an early adopter. You've been to the official headquarters, which is now, sold, run and won, gone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice to be back here. And hopefully in 6 months at the time, we'll be talking about whether that 230K week was a success or not.
Yeah. Is that the number? Is it like, what are we going to see, do you think, whatever marathon you end up doing?
I think so. 200K week will put me in condition, like 4 200K weeks back to back.
That's what you're doing now.
Yeah, I know.
So
maybe I'm ready already.
Maybe you're ready.
Yeah. I'm building up to that. We'll see.
Question for the punters to finish on.
Yeah.
If they want to run faster, is it volume still?
Yeah. Well, faster. Depends what the event is.
With marathons.
Marathons, yeah.
Marathons are trendy.
Yeah. Get a good pair of shoes. Run as much as you can. Do 2 workouts a week.
2 workouts as in like sessions?
Yeah, like 2 threshold workouts a week, or like a long run and a threshold session.
Yeah.
Jogging in between.
Yeah.
It's I'm not a coach, but
yeah, but like you've made that transition.
It's the basic principles.
You're coaching yourself for a long time.
Yeah. And like the best athletes in the world are doing very simple things. Don't try and have some app overcomplicate stuff or a coach overcomplicate things because, the more you do something, the better you get at it. Kind
Nice.
of. Don't get injured.
It's not that hard out there, guys. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks.